Hey guys, it's Patty, and today I am doing a sort of no makeup, my skin but better, less steps makeup routine. I'm not using foundation, just a couple skin correcting things. Most of the products I'm using, a lot of them are Charlotte Tilbury, some other of my favorite brands, and I hope you find this helpful. Thanks. All right, so today we are going to do a simple everyday makeup look. I've had some friends mention, because I've been kind of playing with makeup more lately and obsessed with makeup, that they just don't know how to put on makeup. So I thought it would be a good thing to do, just a basic everyday kind of no makeup look. That's totally my aesthetic. My glamour ideal is 100% Marilyn Monroe, who is really known for her red lipstick, but if you look at her eyes and everything, I mean, they're very, very done, but they're very light, not a lot of color. So we're going to go really, really basic, really neutral. I'll probably do kind of some easier things and then mention if I wanted to amp it up a little bit. So this isn't going to be necessarily a 5-minute no makeup look, but close. In case you don't know me, I'm Patty. I'm 47 years old. I have pretty decent skin, and that's what I wanted to start with. So if you are really wanting the no makeup look, sorry, I'm looking at my cat. If you're really wanting the no makeup look, it starts with the skin. So I just wanted to share real quick my current skincare routine. It used to be a lot more complicated. I used The Ordinary, which I still love that line, but I've really dial back in large part because I started tretinoin. So we'll get into that. So in the morning, it's very basic. I use Pixie Glow Tonic. I'm not sure where there it is. Pixie Glow Tonic. Oh. Which is a glycolic acid. I've always used this. I like the smell. There are different options that are probably, I think The Ordinary has a good one, but I just like this, so it's the one I use. I put that on most mornings with a cotton pad. I also use Timeless vitamin C and ferulic acid and vitamin E. This is a dupe for the skin, I think it's SkinCeuticals, that their vitamin C serum is like $160 maybe. This is only a 10% solution. I am really sensitive to vitamin C. It stings. So the two things together are meant to, well, the glycolic acid exfoliates, so gets rid of extra cells and things like that. And they're both really supposed to brighten. This is an antioxidant. I have tried a bajillion vitamin C's, like the whole Ordinary line, and never really saw anything. I wasn't really expecting to see anything because the whole point of using a lot of skincare is that you see results after a few months, but with this, you can see the brightening like right away. So I really love this. It's like $20 for the bottle. I also moisturize. Right now I'm using Clinique Moisture Surge 100 Hour, and I also have the All About Eyes cream from the same line. This is a water-based gel, so like the Neutrogena water-based gel. I don't like the feeling of tacky anything on my skin, so in the morning I prefer the water-based stuff because it kind of soaks in better. The eye cream I probably wouldn't have purchased, although I do like it because it's soft and creamy. I probably wouldn't have purchased it, but it came with a gift bag, so I have it. Then I always use SPF. Right now I'm using Unseen Screen from Supergoop, which I love. Then in the evening, super easy, I use tretinoin from Curology. This is a prescription. If you're not familiar with the company, you subscribe, but it is prescription based. So it's 0.01 tretinoin, 2% azelaic acid, and 4% niacinamide. So in my old routine, I did use azelaic acid and niacinamide. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce azelaic. But now I don't have a separate product because it's all together. This took a while and I'm still getting used to it, and I'm still in the first 3 months, so I'm not really sure if I'm seeing any good results yet. I'm definitely seeing some congestion in my face. I also moisturize at night, and I love Oil of Olay. It reminds me of my grandma. So I use the Olay Regenerist line at night. This is the one I use at night. I'm having a hard time with the light. This does not have retinol in it. It's just a thick, nice, heavy night cream. I do have the eye cream from this line, kind of. It's purple, but it's a slightly different line. Can't get that to come into focus. Sorry. But this is the Olay Eyes Retinol 24 Max. So I don't put the Curology tretinoin on my eyes because it's too strong, but I wanted to use some retinol on my eyes, so I did specifically want a separate eye cream for that. So that's my skincare. Let's get going. I'm going to pin my hair back out of my face here. So we're going to actually not even use foundation today. I am going to use a few skin correcting things. I'm going to start out with Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish, which is a peach correcting cream. See, you can see what it looks like there. It is really good for under eyes, and you can use it in red areas and things like that. So let me, I can never get my, trying to get a mirror open so I have something to see in. Okay, so I'm just going to put this under my eyes with my finger and then blend it in. I'm also going to use some other color correcting products today, but I will, oh, I just dipped my finger in highlighter. That's not what I want to do. But I am going to put this, I try not to use this in too many places, mostly because I have other things that do the same thing with color correcting. And this is a really small little thing, bit of product that I like to use on my eyes. So I don't want to use it like full face because it's pretty expensive to use full face. But I do like to put just a little bit around my nose because I have a lot of redness there. This needs to be pressed in. It will gather in creases if I'm not kind of careful. That's why I do it all with my finger, because it's nice and warm. So because I use this, I don't use any concealer or anything like that. I just use a little bit of the correcting cream. Next, I'm going to do this a little bit on the easy side today. So if I was doing a little bit more, the next thing I would do would be to use this Tatcha Silk Canvas primer kind of around my nose, up here, where I have a lot of pores that I kind of want to blur. But I don't do that all the time, and I'm not going to do that today. Instead, I'm going to use this new to me product. It's a really old product, the Stila One Step corrector. So this has the green and the peach and the lavender in it to help color correct and brighten and do all those things. And I today am just going to use this as, I'm not going to wear foundation. I'm just going to put this on. So I like to just pat it on. I'm going to rub it on. It does definitely do illumination. You know, everything glows these days, which I like a good glowy face, but this probably, I notice on days when I wear just this, that I get really white looking. It's like the color correcting goes into overdrive for me, but that's fine. I like a really pale face and a pale complexion. It's sort of my jam. I don't really use blush. I mean, I have blush, but I don't love it, so it's fine with me that. So I don't even know if you can see, it gets a little bit blurred and a little bit nice on the skin. And I just like, I have a little bit left on my finger from that one pump, and I'm just gonna put more on my cheeks because my cheeks are where I get really red. I just like it to kind of even things up. And then also it gives a base for, I use powder, highlighter, and contour and things like that. So with this, I have a nice base. I don't like to put that just right on my skin. I feel like it doesn't stay or it fades away. So I really am liking this product. For me, the color, I know the reviews, and this has been around for a while, I think, and there's a lot of other things to try these days. I know the reviews, some people say it doesn't do anything, and it doesn't do much, but for me, it does a little bit of evening out, which I like. And I like the feel of it. And some people say it makes their face really green, which with the green color in it, that's not surprising. But I just like it. I was on the hunt for a perfect something to put on my face for days when I didn't want to wear foundation. And, you know, I tried all the tinted sunscreens I could find. I've tried everything, it feels like. And to be honest, you know, I'm doing this no makeup look, you know, just easy, simple makeup. So if I was going to take this a step further, I would put on a foundation type product. But lately, what I'm wearing for foundation is Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, which actually has quite a bit of coverage, but it really has a skin-like look. I use the oil-free version, which is in the black tube, and my color is 1W1 Porcelain, which I just got that because it was at TJ Maxx for $15. If I bought it at Sephora, I probably would get a slightly different color, but it works for me. So next thing I usually do is, while I'm in here, I'm going to put an eyelid primer on, and I have some red in my eyelids, and I like a really pale eyelid, so I use this e.l.f. eyelid primer. It's $3. Some people use concealer on their eyelids, both as a base for their makeup, and what I do, which is just to even up the color. I have heard from Makeup YouTube that concealer's not the best, especially if you have oily skin, because the formula is not really meant for eyelids, so it won't really do, especially if you're wanting to deal with creasing. It's better to use an eyelid primer. I love this. It's $3 and it's a nice light color for me. A lot of eyelid primers are actually darker than I like because I like a really light lid. I tried the Urban Decay one and that I didn't like the color. But a lot of people use the MAC paint pots. There's a color called Painterly, which is very, on me, a little too dark, but a lot of people use that as their eyelid primer, but they're pretty pricey, and I don't think there's really a reason, if you find something that works at the lower end, to go for the higher end stuff. Although I do like higher end makeup sometimes. So I've got those two things on. The next thing I'm gonna do for my no makeup look is a little bit of contour and highlight with the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow, I think it's what it's called. And it's got, I don't even know if this is considered a bronzer or a contour. I think it's a contour. I can't read the writing. So it's got the darker color and the highlight. I actually prefer using a cream highlight, but I use this sometimes. So all I do with this is I just go under the hollows of my cheeks and then up around the edges of my face and then around the chin. And always keep in mind that where you put your brush first is where most of the color will go. I like this particular duo because I'm not a big fan of heavy contour, and I feel like this is nice and subtle on my skin, which is, my skin is pretty fair, so just a little bit to add in shaping. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm not doing any shaping at all. Then the next thing I like to do is around my chin line, and it's, when you're doing this, it's a good idea. We have a tendency to do this, but keep your chin down like how your chin is normally, not, you don't walk around with your chin up in the air. So I kind of do a pass that way, and then I do my whole neck down. Again, I'm not really sure how much this actually does, but I like to do it. So then the next thing I do is just a little bit on my nose on either side. I'm not really using the best brush for that, but just a little bit. I feel like I have a giant nose. I have my dad's nose. It's always been one of those things. Now, if you did want to do a little bit of highlight, just I just get that and then put that along here, kind of in a C. Now, I don't use blush, and so I'm not going to use blush today. I mean, I don't like the look of blush. It's just my aesthetic, I guess. So for a quick and easy brow, I'm going to use a brow gel. I pluck my eyebrows. They're okay. They're a little bit sparse. They're definitely uneven because I pluck them like a maniac. If you need a little bit more help with your brows, a lot of people do. I feel like mine are thick enough that I'm fine with them. I highly recommend the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit. This is awesome because it has a really fine tip, like super, super fine. So you can really get in there and add to your brow if you want to. I'm just doing quick and easy, just a little bit of something. My brows need a little bit of grooming, not a lot. And this is what I have. It's from Pixie, and it's a dual thing. So it's got gel with a mascara applicator on one side, and then a brow pencil on the other side. But that one's kind of thicker, and I don't like using it as much. And there's something with the color I don't love. I think this color is taupe, or it's natural blonde. I always use natural blonde, ash blonde, taupe. I have pretty light eyebrows. It's the redhead thing. And I like to just get my hair out of my face. I like to just, because I have enough brow going on, I like to just kind of go up and away. And then kind of swoop them down a little bit over there on the outside, but not too much. I like them a little bit, just a little bit, not messy looking, but nice and in place. All right. So next up, I'm going to do my eyes. Like I said, I like a really light eyelid. I do a little tiny bit of shadowing, but I'm really not going to do a lot today. So I already have the primer on my lid, which lightened things up. I'm going to do a little bit of shadowing, and then I am going to put a little bit of bling on my lids, because even though I like kind of the no makeup look, I like my lids to be kind of shiny. So for this, I'm going to use lately I've been loving this Laura Mercier cream shadow. The color is Strapless. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, and I just like this color. And so what I do, and then I have a brush that is a crease brush. This one is from Sonia Kashuk at Target, and I'm sorry, I don't know if there's a number or anything to it. And I like this one because it's kind of shorter and more domed than a lot of crease brushes. So a crease brush is meant to go so you can put your shadow here in your crease. And this is what a kind of typical crease brush looks like. It's big and fluffy. This is what I'm using. You can see it's smaller and more stiff. And I like the smaller, more stiff brushes, especially when I'm using cream shadows. A lot of people my age, you know, you're dealing with crepey eyelids, and cream shadows are not always the favorite of people with more mature lids, but I don't like a really intense eye look, and I find the cream kind of easier to work with, and it doesn't have the fallout over my face, so I like that. So this is what I use. So I don't want to go into a whole eye makeup lesson, but in case you have just never really known what to do with eyeshadow, a lot of people will put kind of a darker shadow here. I have slightly hooded eyes. Well, they're more like puffy than hooded, but you know, my eye kind of comes over, and so when my eyes are open, you don't actually see my eyelid that much. So what I do is I go just above that, and I'm going to put in a slightly darker color, not a super dark color. You saw how it's not very dark at all. And this is just to kind of make that part of my eye recede and not stick out so much. And then we're going to do a light color on the lid. The other recommendation I have if you're doing something like this, whether you're working with a powder shadow or a cream shadow, is We have a tendency to do this when we're doing our eye makeup and when you look in your mirror so you can see everything. But instead, you need to, especially when you start, keep your eye relaxed, because if you raise up your eyelids, put on the makeup, then when you're sitting normal, your eyelid will drop and your makeup's going to be like way out here where you don't want it. So what I do is I keep my lid relaxed. I put my, this needs to come out a little bit. I put the pencil where I want it to start. If I was using brush, same thing. And I make a little mark so I can see it. And then I can raise my eyelids. And I just kind of bring it all the way across. Then I tilt and I come down just a little bit. Not a lot. I don't really care that much if it's down lower. With these Laura Mercier shadows, you have 20 or 30 seconds to move them around, and then they're going to dry and stay there forever. So I'm just going to use a windshield motion and then a circular motion just to make sure there's no lines. I just don't like a line. And if you don't want to do this, or this seems a little bit intimidating, start with really light colors. A really good thing that I sometimes do, but I prefer cream, is I'll use the bronzer or contour, or whatever that is, to do this part of my eye. I'll just make them both dark. I always feel like, since I'm not used to, and I don't care for darker eye makeup, I just think it looks so intense on me when it's really not that intense. So first, I am going to grab a different brush. This is more of a traditional flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm gonna brush it. I always keep a little cloth next to me, and if I use a brush, I usually will brush my brush on it just to make sure it's clean. So next up, I am going to, I'm trying to decide if I want to do a little bit of lightening up of my eyelid with this Bobbi Brown bone, or just go straight into something a little bit blingy. And I think I'm just going to do that. So what I'm going to use is this Stila Shimmer and Glow eyeshadow in a color called Kitten. And this is kind of an interesting eye product. There, I'll do it's sort of rose gold. It's right there. And I'm just going to use that in the very inside to the middle of my eye. I just do a little bit of that. Just swipe on just a tiny bit. And then I use my brush to kind of get into the inner corner, then over. I don't worry too much about getting it even. I mean, I'm kind of sloppy actually. So it's a little bit blingy, but I like blingy, so it makes me happy. And so that's that. Now, if I wanted to do a little bit more with my eyes today, I would use a little bit of eyeliner and I just line really tight, so you can barely see it, almost like you're just smudging into the lash line. And I start about halfway through and then go to the outer edge. I don't do a flick or cat eye or anything like that because my hooded eyes, I just haven't mastered that. And I'll keep a little brush in hand while I'm doing that so I can kind of blend it out. I love this Clinique quick liner for eyes, intense in black. It's a really fine point. So it's really easy to put on without making a giant mess and keep the line nice and thin. And it doesn't set too fast, so you can kind of move it around. It's kind of foolproof. Now, I was going to kind of do this as a fast thing today. Actually, I will. I love to curl my eyelashes. My eyelashes are very, very straight. So that's something I really like to do. It's almost something I like to do more than anything else. But I know not everybody likes to curl their eyelashes, and I'm trying to do a more simple, basic routine. So I'll skip that and just go straight into mascara. So again, I just have a lot of Clinique stuff I like lately. I got a gift bag and I really like their products. This is Clinique High Impact Mascara in black, or black is black. I can't read it. The reason I like this is it's more of a lengthening than a volumizing eyeshadow, and it doesn't clump. It's nice and separated and piecey. So I love the look of having longer lashes on the outside. So when I put my mascara on, I feel like I just said eyeshadow a bunch of times when I should have said mascara. I do the classic, put it on, wiggle it. Then I use the tip, kind of give some love to this side, and in general kind of push my lashes more towards the outside. And then I also get the little baby ones in the inside. And this is, you can maybe see why I love curling my lashes, because here's how I look. My lashes just come straight out. But mascara, like in order, if I had to just pick one thing to put on, well, the first thing would always be lipstick. I love lipstick, so lipstick I put on in the morning, even if nobody's around. I like to wear lipstick. But next, I probably would go with mascara, and then after that, something on my brows. Okay, so that's that. Now we're almost done. I do a couple more things. I'm going to take this, I have a little sample size of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, which is a liquid highlighter. You can use it as a primer. It's really blingy if you use it as a primer. But I do like a little bling on my face. So I'm just going to put this 3 dots right along here, 3 dots right along here. And I like to put 2 dots there and 1 tiny dot there. So then I just use my finger to make sure that it's not patted in. And I didn't really set my face at all. I think today I'm gonna go more in the powder direction. I use a finishing spray too. I have a couple different ones that I like. I like the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have the MAC Fix, the classic MAC one. But I don't like putting on finishing spray after I put my mascara on. So I'm just gonna use some Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I've got this little brush. This is from Morphe. It's a 449 and I like it. And I just like to put it under my eyes and along my cheeks. Put it in all the places I don't love my pores. It does a little bit of work. I don't know how much. All right. Then lips. So I got a little bit of stuff on my lips. I put on balm earlier, and I put on balm at night. I use the Laneige lip mask, and actually Curology has a mostly shea butter lip balm that I got for free and almost threw away and thought, oh, I should try this, and I really like it. So for lips, I really am vibing with kind of, your lips but better look. I'm going to use ColourPop lip pencil. I think this is called BFF3. There's a couple BFF. Oh, no, it's Oh Snap. So this is, on me, a pretty neutral color for my lips. It matches my lips pretty well. And I love the ColourPop lip balm or lip pencils. They're very soft. They're a lot like the Kylie Cosmetics lip pencils, which I also really like. I know a lot of people really love the NYX Nude Beige lip pencil. It's kind of a viral favorite. And I don't like the NYX pencils or the Charlotte Tilbury pencils. They're too hard and waxy and they hurt me. So I'm just going to line my bottom lip, like where my lip line is. And I kind of fill in the outer corners and make sure the bottom line is nice and thick, so when my lipstick fades, it's not like a super obvious harsh line. On the top, I fill in, and I also overline, which is putting the lip liner just outside of my lip line, just a tiny bit. If I'm planning on wearing a lighter glossy lip color, I do that. I don't like the look with darker colors. So my favorite everyday lipstick is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the formula is called Superstar Lips, I think. Superstar, something like that. It's a sort of a glossy balm, and it's actually on the website. It's called a topper. It's meant to go on top of the other lipstick. This is in their shade Pillow Talk, which is a really classic pink color. I don't wear it. It has a very lipstick balm feel to it. It's not slippery like gloss. So I wear it on its own. And I just love it. It stays on. It's like my lips but better, just a little bit shiny. If I'm gonna wear a more classic lipstick that's in a bullet that's like matte or satin and I want to shine that up, I will use a gloss. I don't like this as a topper as much. It's like you're wearing 2 layers of lipstick. So this is it. This is my everyday look. Kind of like my hair pulled back like that, but we'll take it out. And if I was doing more of a look, I mean, I would have put the foundation on, I would have put eyeliner on, maybe played with my lips more, maybe done just a little bit more with the eyes, but really just that one darker shade is all I need. There's one thing I forgot, which is my favorite thing, and that is a highlight on my brow. So I'm going to take this Charlotte Tilbury Film Star highlighter out, and I've got my eyeshadow brush. Get some on there, tap it, and then I just kind of do that along here just to kind of get a little highlight up there. And sometimes I'll do it in the inner corner, but not always. So that's that. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you want to see more of this. You know, drop me a line, hit subscribe, all of that. And I will be back with more videos that have to do with experimenting with makeup, dealing with an over 40 face, and all that fun stuff. I'll be back soon. Thanks.